When you use sex in a divine way, you use your body as a vessel and a channel of light. Your body becomes a conduit for creation and connection. So it's important to keep your body, your vessel of light and tool for creation, clean and strong. Food is the most basic and important thing to be aware of if you want to live a healthy life, have a happy, whole spirit, and especially if you want to use sex magic and be a conduit of life energy and power. We must observe what we put in our body and how we treat our food. What we put in our body affects it. It is our temple and channel for divine sexual energy. And when you start working with this life force, you start to understand that your body belongs to the divine, goddess, God, the mother, the universe. If you contaminate your body, you contaminate the whole universe. You can do all sex magic you want, but if you still eat low vibrational food, it will simply not work. As I spoke about in the last videos, our womb, woman, is the universe itself. So if we keep our wombs pure, with pure energy and clean, only light and love will be able to match that frequency in our womb. And it will be the only thing that we will birth into manifestation through sex magic during our orgasm. The most harmful foods are, first of all animal products. Everything that died, suffered, and experienced pain and fear, that is the worst energetically for our bodies. And I'm talking about, if you don't know, meat, fish, chicken, eggs, all dairy products like cheese and milk, dairy cow milk. Then we have processed sugars, including sodas and white sugars, alcohol, prescription drugs, fluoride, GMO food, everything that's basically not from Earth, that grew from the Earth itself, that's natural for us to eat. And from all these things that I said, again, the worst is animal products, because when we eat animal products, we don't just eat that food itself. It's not really food, but we eat all the suffering and the pain and the fear that animal experienced during her life. And then we put it in our bodies. And when we have sex magic, it's in our womb, it's in our sexual organs for men and women. And then that energy is what explodes when we create, when we use our orgasm. So, you know, if you really see the truth that everything is connected, then what we put in our body is number one. It's so important. And not to mention that, so you are not just basically hurting your own temple when you're putting that food in your body, but you're hurting another being as well. That's why that's why animal products are the worst, because energetically, because you are basically including another being into this, and the karma that you're creating. You know, if you guys know about karma, it's beyond what I can explain in this video, basically. So the amount of suffering that you're creating when you're eating that affects you, affects that animal, and affects the entire world. Now, drugs and alcohol is one of the worst drugs. There are many other drugs that I'm not going to go into right now, but you should know what a bad drug is. Basically, I think that the best drug is the only drug, and it's not a drug, it's basically a medicine that the mother really wants us to use in respect, in a good way, is mushrooms, but we can talk about that in another video. But I just want to mention alcohol a little bit, because it's another thing that we put in our body, and it's legal and everyone drinks it, and you can just buy it in the supermarket today. That destroys our womb, destroys our body, not to mention it destroys our liver, you know, other organs, but it destroys our sexual powers, and it will bring the ego to the surface. That's what this drug does the most. It's a very dark, low vibrational drug, like the low vibrational food I mentioned, and it will bring your ego up to the surface, and you cannot practice divine sex or divine spiritual anything with your ego. So that's why I wanted to mention alcohol here. As a woman on a divine path, it is vital to eat only light foods, just only light foods. To all human beings, it is vital, but especially if you're on a divine path, we are birthing, basically, us women, we are birthing the mother through us. And she needs as many clean vessels as she can have to live through and to come through at this point, because there's a lot of darkness coming up right now, and we need the most amount of light to come. And so all you people who call yourself light workers, food is very important. So if you're still eating animal products, you're drinking alcohol, you're doing those things, you're not really doing the light work. And it doesn't matter how much excuses or beautiful stories you'll tell yourself. It's just not happening. And it's not a matter of, oh, you're a bad people. Not at all. It's just a matter of energetic match. And you know, it doesn't match energetically. You know, when you want to be light, you can't put death and darkness inside your body. It just won't match. So if we are birthing the mother through us, she cannot flow through a body that is a graveyard of her suffering children. She will not come through your body. This light that the mother has will not want to come through your body if it has her dead children inside of you and the suffering of her dead children. Just think about that for a minute. Let it sink for a minute. I know it's not an easy thing to accept and to think about, but this is the work that we do. This is the work of looking at ourselves deeply. And it's not very beautiful most of the time. It's really ugly to look at ourselves like that and seeing our bullshit, you know, but this is the awakening, and that's a brave person will do that. A brave light worker will be able to look at all his bullshit all the time. They're not going to be perfect. They're just going to be able to look at their imperfection in the face all the time. So if you're a man on your spiritual path as well, and you have to have light foods, because if you're having sex with your woman, you're eating animal products or processed foods or alcohol, you're contaminating the body of your woman. You know, you are entering her portal, her universe. So women, please make sure you pick your partners carefully. I say it every single time because they're entering your body. It's not the other way around. And your body is the portal to life itself. So be very, very careful with that. We are an extension of the things that we put inside our body. We are literally what we eat. The way we treat our food affects us. Therefore, our treatment towards animals affect us. Emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually, and on any other level you can think of. Everything we do to animals, we do to ourselves. We keep them caged, take away their children, rape them, take away their freedom. Those of you who have been in the awakening process even a bit and can see the world from the slightest deeper level can surely see a pattern. Our treatment towards animals is a mirror for humanity. When you consume such low vibrational foods, it keeps your frequency connected to that collective antenna of low vibration. You are still a slave to it. It keeps you there in a slave mode. Whenever I meet a person who calls himself a spiritual teacher or a guru or a shaman, which a lot of people like to use that word today, which I really don't understand why. The first thing I ask them, do you eat meat? Do you eat animal products? Because if they do, I know that they are full of shit. I'm sorry for my language, but I'm just going to say it as it is. I know that these people are not connected to true source. You cannot be connected to true source and still and talk about love and talk about unity and believe that everything is connected and still eat and consume and pay for so much suffering and so much pain and put it inside your body, which you think is a temple, but you're basically making it a graveyard. So I am very, very careful with the people that I choose to believe, to learn from, and to also obviously have sex with, because we're talking about sex energy right now. Obviously, what we eat is just one thing. It's not the only thing that matters, but it's a very basic thing. It's a basic thing. Our bodies are channels and vessels of light, and what we put in them, it's a basic thing. So it is very simple to understand. When you raise your vibration, you are no longer a match to lower vibrational things. You know, if you're up here, you're not going to be a match to this. It just won't fit. It's not a matter of punishment or bad or good. It just doesn't fit energetically. So that's why you cannot have a spiritual person eating meat. It just doesn't, it's not here. You know, you can say you're spiritual, but if you eat meat, you're down here. So, and the same goes for alcohol. Same goes for a lot of processed foods. But again, the worst thing you can have is dead animals and alcohol when it comes to drinks. So eating animals basically separates us and distances us from our own divinity and compassion, which you need to have divine sex. You need that in order to experience divine orgasms. And again, you can have great sex, but I'm talking about energies here. I'm talking about divinity, and I'm talking about like pure energy when you're having sex. So from our own godliness, from the point of view of our own godliness and divinity, for a god or a goddess will not kill, torture, or desire to consume any other being. And to use divine sex, we must aim to be in our divinity. So again, it just doesn't match. So if you wish to embody all the powers that come with sex magic, your body must be treated as a temple and all life as your own. As a woman living a divine feminine, I feel a cow's life journey, for example. Her rape, child stealing, and then murder when she cannot be of any use to the industry anymore, and her body cannot take the pain any further. I feel her pain as my own, and because I'm connected to her and to her womb, like the womb of every feminine energy on the planet, because we hold the universe and life power. So if I'm connected to all feminine energy, I feel that. Human, animal, anything. This process of animal abuse is a pure dark masculine creation. It is not divine. And if I want to practice a divine spiritual practice, I have to just live that divinity and not just speak it. As a woman on a divine path, I will also not allow any man who does consume such low vibrational foods and drinks to enter my body during sex, because he will contaminate my portal and the womb with that, and I choose to serve the mother and light. Therefore, I will not allow anything to contaminate that. That is why it's important for men and women who are on this divine path to keep their temple clean, for it is together that we create life. And it all goes through the woman's body. We are the portal. So it starts with us, it ends with us. I am Lilac, I am the servant of the mother, and I wish and I pray for the awakening of every man and woman on this planet. Thank you.